Hello everyone. Hope everybody is doing well. My new video is on setting up a startup in India. Which entity to set up? Now, this is the first question which poses every potential founder. Many think that a company is the best way to go forward because they don't really know that there are other entities which they can actually set up. Now, let us see why choosing the right entity is important. The first thing is liability exposure. Now, who would be liable in case you take a debt as a founder? Would you be liable personally or would your entity be liable? So, this is a very important factor which you should keep in mind before you choose which entity to set up. Now, who pays the taxes? Do you, as an individual, pay the tax or the entity which you have set up pays the taxes? Now, investors' choice. Every potential founder who sets up an entity dreams of getting huge rounds of funding. Now, would an investor be attracted to you if you did not have a private limited company but a sole proprietorship setup? Now, that is something you need to think about. If in the future you do want an investor investing in your entity, you need to choose wisely. The cost of setting up. This is extremely important because a lot of potential founders want to minimize their costs. So, therefore, which entity would cost you more, which would cost you less, is a question you need to ask yourself. Compliances. Now, compliances is something which people a lot of time ignore or forget or even don't know that they are supposed to comply to a host of regulations. So there are some people who would value funding over adhering to a large number of compliances. And then there would be those who want to follow the minimum compliances and are fine if they do not get a huge round of funding. So you need to make your choice with respect to this as well. Now let us see what entities can you set up. So there is sole proprietorship, which can be set up by only one person. Partnership firm, where two or more partners are required. A one person company, which would be a company but can be set up only by one person. A company which can be a private limited or a public company. Now, a limited liability partnership, which would have the features of both a partnership as well as a company. Now, we shall discuss in detail the pros and cons of each of these entities. Sole proprietorship, as I said earlier, it is set up by only one person. Now, for example, if you have an idea and you want to set up a law firm, now maybe you can start off as a sole proprietorship, and later on, when your firm does well, you can convert it into a different structure wherein maybe you can rope in more people, where you can rope in funding. So, for a beginner with less amount of money, with someone who wants to start a bootstrap startup, sole proprietorship is the best way to go forward, as it can only be set up by one person. Now the liability would be personal, so this is a major drawback where, for example, if you borrowed money to start your sole proprietorship, tomorrow the creditor comes and sues you. Now it would be your responsibility as an individual and not your entities to repay that debt. So the liability is the personal liability of the sole proprietor. Now, taxation. Income is taxed in the hands of the individual. So you would be paying taxes as an individual, and whatever income you earn from your sole proprietorship would be taxed in your hands. So you and the entity would not be taxed separately. Now, there would be no separate legal status of the entity. So again, this means that you are personally liable for any of the debts, any of the misdemeanors which the entity engages in. Now, investors are not typically very keen on investing in a sole proprietorship because, first of all, there is no share base, no stock options can be issued. They are not really getting anything out of it. So, why should they invest? So, investors are wary of investing in a sole proprietorship. If you are looking out for funding in the future, but you want to start with the minimum risk, you may start a sole proprietorship and later on convert to a company. Now, very few compliances are required as in a sole proprietorship, and the cost of setting up is also low. So, for someone who just wants to start out, who wants to create a brand, who wants to test waters, ideally, should start a sole proprietorship. Now, a partnership firm. So, a partnership firm is set up by two or more partners. The liability here too is personal liability of the partners. Now, the income is taxed in the hands of the partner. So the partnership firm is not a separate legal entity, but again, the partners are treated as individuals and the income is taxed in their hands rather than the firm and the partners paying separate taxes. Now, investors are not very keen on investing in a partnership as well because of the similar reasons. There is no share base, stock options cannot be issued, so they don't see a lot of benefits arising from this. Now, compliances also, lesser compliances are required and the cost of setting up is low. So a partnership firm is also a good way to start. However, you need two people at minimum to start the partnership firm. So this is also something which one can do if they have one more ready co-founder with them. Now, one person company. So as stated in the name, the one person company is set up by one person. Now, the liability is the entity's liability. So here, the one person company is separate from the person who sets it up. So this is different from sole proprietorship, as you require only one person to set up this company. But the company is a separate legal status and its liability is also separate from the person who sets it up. So the person setting up would not be personally liable for any of the debts borrowed by the entity or any misdemeanor which the entity engages in. It would all be the entity's liability. The income is also taxed in the hands of the entity and not in the hands of the person setting it up. Now, investors again are not very keen on investing as a one person company cannot issue stock options. Hence, a one person company has a major drawback that even though it offers you all the advantages of a company, still you cannot attract investors. Also, another thing is that if in a one person company, the person who set it up dies, then what happens becomes a huge problem because there's only one person who sets up the company. You may have to close down the company in such a case. Now, lesser compliances are required, but more compliances than a sole proprietorship. So, because you are still a company, so you may need to do some filings, you may need to, report to the ROC, etc. So, some compliances are definitely required in a one-person company. Now, cost of setting up a one-person company is comparatively lower than setting up a proper private company. Now, a company which most of the founders think is the best way forward for the following reasons. Now, firstly, it is set up by two or more persons. If you have a ready co-founder, you can definitely set up a company. It's an incorporated entity and you will have to follow the rules given in the company's law to set up a company. Now, the liability is the entity's liability. The income is also taxed in the hands of the company. Now, it's a separate legal status, so you cannot be held personally liable for anything which the company does. So, if tomorrow your company runs into debts, they cannot come and attach your personal belongings because you are not personally liable. Now, investors are interested in investing in a company because company has a share base, so they can actually have an equity stake in the company. They can be part owners of the company in return of the money they put in. And at the same time, a company can issue stock options and attract a huge talent pool. Now, high level of compliance is required in a company. So you need to have annual general meetings, you need to file certain returns, you need to have the company's accounts audited. There are a host of compliances which are required for a private company. And this is one of the huge deterring factors, because if you are a potential founder with very less money at your disposal and no funding at the time, it may be difficult for you to incur the high cost of setting up along with adherence to a number of compliances. Hence, a lot of people prefer setting up maybe something like a sole proprietorship and then later on converting to a company when they have made a name for themselves. Now, limited liability partnership. A limited liability partnership is a structure which has the features of both a partnership as well as a company. Now, it is set up by two or more persons. Now, partners are personally liable, but this liability can be limited to the extent of the capital they bring in. Now, the income is also taxed in the hands of the LLP. So, the partners do not have to include the income they earn from the LLP in their own individual income when being taxed. Both the entity and the partners pay separate taxes. Now, the status is also a separate legal status. But yet again, investors may not be very keen to invest because a limited liability partnership at the end of the day may not have an equity stake to offer to them. So they may not get a lot out of an LLP and they would be more inclined to invest in a company. Now, compliances are more than a sole proprietorship, but less than a company. Again, a LLP is a safe way to start your business because your liability at the end of the day is limited. And at the same time, the entity is a separate legal status. So if you are a bootstrapped startup, if you have less amount of money at your disposal, LLP may be a good way to start. The cost of setting up is also low. Typically, somewhere around 4,000 to 6,000 is the cost, which many platforms charge in order to incorporate a LLP. You will need to register under the LLP Act. So these are a few features of the various entities which you can set up. All these entities have their own advantages and disadvantages. You need to keep in mind what are your potential future goals. What is the money that you have in hand right now, and what are your short term and long term goals before you decide to set up a type of entity. Do not blindly go ahead and set up a company, because you never know, you may not be able to adhere to the high level of compliance as required, or at the same time there would be the numerous registrations required. You may be required to have proper employment law compliances, tax law compliances, etc. So you need to be sure of what you are looking for. If you know that your product is very good and you're going to get funding immediately, then maybe company is the best way to proceed forward. So keep all these factors in mind before you choose an entity and decide on which entity do you want to set up. Thank you, and hopefully you found this helpful. If you have any queries, you can leave a comment down here or contact me on LinkedIn. Thank you. Have a nice day.